mutual agreement between Arsenal and Sporting has been completed today around lunchtime in London, with the agents of the player in London, with the director of Arsenal, Andrea Berta, on it, and in direct communication with Sporting. After, guys, last night, I told you on Monday, Man United were offered again the chance to enter into the story for the Viktor Gyökeres negotiation. Basically, from Sporting, the message was something like, we are still not closing with Arsenal, so match the bid, come into the race. Man United considered that possibility, but what I can tell you is that they never sent any formal proposal, because the answer from the player was always the same. Only Arsenal Football Club. For Gyökeres, there was no other option. Arsenal Football Club. That was the message of Gyökeres to the president of Sporting. That was the message of Gyökeres to his agent. That was the message of Gyökeres and his agent, Hasan Çetinkaya, to all the other clubs. We said about the Man United opportunity, Saudi clubs 10 days ago, all got the same answer. Arsenal Football Club. So, trust me, this story is now at the signing stage, so let's wait for the formal steps. But as soon as this story will be official, I think Arsenal fans should really rate what Gyökeres did to be an Arsenal player, because he had crazy money proposal from the table from Saudi. Also the opportunity with Man United to eventually match the bid, pay what Sporting wanted and hijack the deal. But for Viktor Gyökeres was only Arsenal Football Club. And when a player is posing himself like this, and the agent together with him, it's something really strong. So Gyökeres is going to Arsenal. As mentioned, the agreement will be for 63.5 million euros plus 10 in add-ons. So this is going to be the agreement. Also important to say, guys, that these add-ons have been the crucial point of the story, because they've been negotiating on the structure of the add-ons for more than 10 days, always with some issues on Sporting side. They always requested for more, but then Gyökeres, with a strong position, always said, I'm not coming for training. I'm not going to play for Sporting anymore. I want the club to respect what we said, and so now the agreement is done. Don't forget that Arsenal pays 63.5 million euros because the agent of the player will reduce his commission in order to facilitate the deal. Gyökeres also took some part of the salary and gave up on this part of the salary to facilitate the negotiation. So everyone did their own part in this story, but finally now Mikel Arteta is ready to have the striker he wanted, Viktor Gyökeres, after a really crazy story, crazy negotiation, very long saga. Now Gyökeres to Arsenal is a here we go. And is a fantastic news for Arsenal, because they add one more player. Meanwhile, Christian Mosquera is traveling to the Preseason tour after all documents signed between Arsenal and Valencia. So the player is on his way to be with the squad of Mikel Arteta. So for Arsenal, all the pieces of the transfer window are going to the right place. Don't forget that there is still the opportunity for Arsenal, after they extended the contract of Ethan Nwaneri, because Nwaneri contract is extended, is signed, is done until 2030. Arsenal still consider the possibility of adding one more offensive player. Eberechi Eze remains a strong option. They had very good contacts with the player camp already weeks ago, waiting to see when and if they will approach Crystal Palace. Don't forget that Arsenal also appreciate Xavi Simons, but Chelsea are really pushing on that one at the moment, so let's see what's going to happen there. But for sure, Arsenal are not done on the market, and I think there could be also more things to keep an eye on in case there will be some outgoings. So let's wait, let's see. For Arsenal now, these days were really important in the Gyökeres saga, and they got it done. So now, let's wait, let's see, and then at that point we will understand more on the next movements for Arsenal. But I can say that I don't think Arsenal are done in the market yet.
Our reporter James Green is here for an update on one of Arsenal's targets. What can you tell us?
Yes, this is on Christian Mosquera. We've been reporting that Arsenal had an interest, put an offer in. Offer was accepted. Player flew in for a medical last week. We can now tell you that the player has flown out to Singapore to join the rest of the squad on the pre-season tour. At the moment, it is now just formalities that we'll wait for. So we'll wait for an announcement. That will be Arsenal.
They've been looking for a striker for a few windows now as a saga. With regard to Gyökeres, Arsenal are finalising that deal now. It's understood the details on the conditions attached to the add-ons. That's what's being discussed just at this moment in time. So there's a £55 million initial fee that has been agreed, with a further £8.5 million in performance-related add-ons. And it's those add-ons and how they're paid and how achievable they are is where these discussions are being